Old and Middle English period, the Anglo-Saxon and Anglo-Norman era. Multiple choice questions. Hello and welcome to the Discourse. Today we will revise the Old and Middle English period of English literature through various multiple choice questions. We will cover the literature of Anglo-Saxon and Anglo-Norman period. Some of the literary marvels of the Anglo-Saxon era include Beowulf, The Wanderer, Widsith and The Dream of the Rood. The popular literary works of Anglo-Norman era include Sir Gawayne and the Greene Knight, The Pearl, Patience, Romance of the Rose, and The Owl and the Nightingale. Question number 1. Who is called the father of English learning? Option A. Bede, Option B. Caedmon, Option C. Beowulf, Option D. Alfred. The correct answer is A. Bede, also known as Saint Bede, the Venerable Bede, and Bede the Venerable. He was an English monk, an author and scholar. He was one of the greatest teachers and writers during the early Middle Ages. His most famous work was Ecclesiastical History of the English People. Question number 2. The Romans, trying to hold their empire together against barbarian invaders, withdrew from England in AD, option A 390, option B 400, option C 410, option D 420. The right choice is C, 410 AD. Britannia was subject to barbarian invasions. The final Roman withdrawal from Britain occurred around 410. The native kingdoms are considered to have formed sub-Roman Britain after that. Question number 3. Which is the earliest poem in English literature? Option A, Widsith, option B, Deor, option C, Beowulf, option D, The Seafarer. The correct answer is C, Beowulf. Question number 4. Who is known as the Anglo-Saxon Milton? Option A, Bede, option B, Beowulf, option C, Caedmon, option D, none. The right choice is C, Caedmon. He wrote the composition of a large oeuvre of vernacular exclusively religious poetry concerned with the Old and New Testaments, songs about the terrors of future judgment, horrors of hell, joys of the heavenly kingdom, and divine mercies and judgments. Question number 5. Caedmon is the writer of option A 5th century, option B 6th century, option C 7th century, and option D 8th century. The correct option is C, 7th century. There are evidence that Caedmon lived at Stranosslach at least in part during Hilda's abbacy 657 to 680. Question number 6. Which poem depicts most vividly the tribal life and rites of ancient days? Option A, Beowulf, option B, The Seafarer, option C, Widsith, option D, none of these. The correct option is A, Beowulf. Question number 7. Anglo-Saxon literature, broadly speaking, ranges from option A 7th to 11th centuries, option B 6th to 10th centuries, option C 8th to 12th centuries, option D 5th to 9th centuries. The right answer is A, 7th to 11th centuries. Question number 8. The words heaven's candle, vale road, sea reel and vale beast are examples of what Anglo-Saxon literary convention? Option A, metaphor, option B, simile, option C, analogy, option D, hyperbole. The right choice is A, metaphor. These words are compressed compound expressions in Old English and Old Norse poetry with metaphorical meaning. These are also known as canons. Question number 9. Beowulf belongs to A, Swedes, B, Danes, C, Anglo-Saxons, D, Geats. The correct option is D, Geats. In the poem, Beowulf belongs to the Geats tribe of Geatsland. Question number 10. What is the name of the hall which belonged to Hrothgar which Grendel attacked? Option A, Prism Hall, option B, Martinus Hall, option C, Gasteig Hall, option D, Heorot Hall. The correct option is D, Heorot Hall. Question number 11. What is the meaning of Heorot the hall where Hrothgar and his wife Beowulf along with their warriors sing and celebrate? Option A, Hall under heaven, option B, Hall of the heart, option C, Palace of the king, option D, Palace of the city. The right choice is B, Hall of the Heart. Heorot means heart, which means a deer. Question number 12. Who becomes the king after Hygelac is killed in the battle with Shilfrings? Option A, Wiglaf. Option B, Aschere. Option C, Hrothgar. Option D, Beowulf. The right answer is D, Beowulf. After Hygelac's death, Beowulf didn't wish to interfere in the succession plan. Hygelac's son was chosen king under direction of Beowulf, but Hygelac's son was killed in a skirmish. This made Beowulf to become the king. Question number 13. Who is the author of Beowulf? Option A, Caedmon. Option B, Cinewulf. Option C, John Gower. Option D, none of these. The correct option is D, none of these. The author of Beowulf is unknown. We often address him as the Beowulf poet. Question number 14. The line came on the dark night gliding, the shadowy prowler has taken from option A, Widsith, option B, Beowulf, option C, Morte Arthur, option D, none of these. The correct option is B, Beowulf. The line addresses Grendel. Question number 15. What is nagling in Beowulf? Option A, goblet. Option B, a diamond ring. Option C, a horse. Option D, a sword. The correct option is D, a sword. Nagling is the name of one of the swords used by Beowulf in the Anglo-Saxon epic poem of Beowulf. It is the sword of Hrethel which Hygelac gave to Beowulf. The sword fails in the final encounter with the dragon as if it was his fate. Question number 16. Who was the only person who helped Beowulf attack the dragon? Option A, Aschere. Option B, Beowulf. Option C, Unferth. Option D, Wiglaf. The right answer is D, Wiglaf. He stood by his king and tried to help him against the dragon while all other thanes ran away. Beowulf announced him his successor. Question number 17. Bede, the famous Christian writer of the Anglo-Saxon period, wrote mostly in which language? Option A, Latin. Option B, English. Option C, French. Option D, German. The correct option is A, Latin. Question number 18. Ecclesiastical history of the English people was written by option A, Malory. Option B, Bede. Option C, Langland. Option D, none of these. The right answer is B, Bede. Question number 19. The lifespan of Bede is option A, 673 to 735, option B, 683 to 745, option C, 678 to 749, option D, 688 to 750. The correct option is A, 673 to 735. Question number 20. The poem The Fates of the Apostles has been written by option A, Cinewulf, option B, Caedmon, option C, Bede, option D, Gower. The correct option is A, Cinewulf. The Fates of the Apostle is the shortest of Cinewulf's known canon at 122 lines long. It is a brief martyrology of the 12 apostles written in the standard alliterative verse. The poem was registered in the folio 52b to 54a of Vercelli book. Question number 21. Caedmon and Cinewulf were two poets. They were option A, Chaucer's contemporaries, option B, Chaucer's predecessors, option C, Chaucer's successors, option D, not definitely known. The right answer is B, Chaucer's predecessors. Question number 22. One of the following poems was not written by Cinewulf. Option A, The Christ, option B, The Judith, option C, Dream of the Rood, option D, Beowulf. The right answer is D, Beowulf, which is much older poem and whose author is unknown. Question number 23. Besides being a poet, Alfred is a great option A, novelist, option B, playwright, option C, essayist, option D, translator. The correct option is D, translator. Alfred the Great not only was a poet, but he was also a translator and promoter of education who ordered a series of translations into the vernacular of Latin works he deemed most necessary for all men to know. Question number 24. The last known poem of the Anglo-Saxon period, The Battle of Maldon, was written in option A, 990 AD, option B 991 AD, option C 992 AD, option D 993 AD. The right answer is B 991 AD. The poem is known for its concreteness and exactness of the events described in it, which suggests that the poem was written by those who witnessed the Battle of Maldon, which was fought in 991 AD. Question number 25. The Rood is a fine, option A elegy, option B ode, option C lyric, option D ballad. The correct option is A elegy. Question number 26. Alexander Macquem wrote a treatise on science in option A Latin, option B French, option C English, option D Spanish. The correct option is A Latin. Question number 27. In praise of virginity has been written by option A Bede, option B Aldham, option C Alcuin, option D none of these. The right answer is B Aldham. The original Latin title of the poem is De Virginitate. Question number 28. Which is the oldest surviving English poem in the form of a dream? Option A Beowulf, option B Aline, option C Satan, option D The Dream of the Rood. The correct option is D The Dream of the Rood, which was written by Beowulf. Question number 29. The translation of the Cura Pastoralis was done by option A Alfred, option B Bede, option C Mallory, option D none of the above. The right answer is A Alfred. Question number 30. Sir Gawayne and the Greene Knight was written by option A Langland, option B Chaucer, option C an unknown poet, option D Geoffrey of Monmouth. The correct option is C an unknown poet. Question number 31. The Romance of the Rose was originally written by option A Flaubert, option B Maupassant, option C Zola, option D Loris and D Munan. The correct option is D Loris and D Mu. Question number 32. Chanson de Roland was a famous epic in option A French, option B Latin, option C German, option D English. The correct choice is A French. Chanson de Roland, or the Song of the Roland, is the oldest surviving major work of French literature. Question number 33. Historia Regum Britanniae of Geoffrey of Monmouth was written in option A French, option B Latin, option C German, option D Spanish. The correct option is B Latin. Historia Regum Britanniae was widely popular in its day, being translated into other languages from its original Latin. Question number 34. The legend of King Arthur and his Knight of the Round Table was first related in option A Mallory's Morte d'Arthur, option B Geoffrey's Historia, option C Layman's Brut, option D Tennyson's Idylls of the King. The right choice is C Layman's Brut, also known as the Chronicle of Britain. Question number 35. Fabliau is a short narrative poem. It is of origin option A French, option B English, option C Latin, option D Spanish. The right answer is A French. Question number 36. Fable, a popular medieval literary form, came to the Middle Ages from option A French sources, option B Greek sources, option C Indian sources, option D Greek and Indian sources. The right choice is D Greek and Indian sources. Question number 37. Roman de Renard, a collection of beast stories are in which language? Option A English, option B Latin, option C French, option D Greek. The correct option is C French. Roman de Renard or Renard the Fox was written in Old French. Question number 39. Which of the four poems belongs to the Romance of Chivalry? Option A Pearl, option B Patience, option C Cleanness, option D Sir Gawayne and the Greene Knight. The correct answer is D Sir Gawayne and the Greene Knight. Question number 40. Which work originated the Dream Vision Conventions in English? Option A Beowulf, option B Romance of the Rose, option C The Owl and the Nightingale, option D none of these. The right answer is B. Romance of the Rose. Question number 41. Patience, Pearl and Purity. These anonymous poems have been written in option A. Southern dialect, option B. Northern dialect, option C. East Midland dialect, option D. West Midland dialect. The correct option is B. Northern dialect. Question number 42. In the poem Pearl, Pearl is the name of a diamond, option B. Girl, option C. Place, option D. Gem. The right choice is B. Girl. The poem Pearl is an elegy in which a father bemoans the death of his daughter. Question number 43. The poem Pearl is option A. an elegy, option B. an allegory, option C. a lyric, option D. a satire. The right option is A. an elegy. Question number 44. The poems Pearl, Patience and Purity have been written by option A. Gower, option B. Langland, option C. Walter Hilton, option D. none of the above. The right answer is D. none of the above. The writer of poems Pearl, Patience and Purity is unknown and is often termed as the Juggler poet or the Pearl poet. Question number 45. The Scale of Perfection has been written by option A. John Wycliffe, option B. Walter Hilton, option C. Mallory, option D. none of the above. The right choice is B. Walter Hilton. His major work was The Scale or Ladder of Perfection and it was written separately in 2 books. Question number 46. The only political poem in English which has survived in complete form is option A. Song of Lewis, option B. The Seafarer, option C. The Wanderer, option D. The Owl and the Nightingale. The right option is A. Song of Lewis. Question number 47. Macaronic poem is one where dash and dash are used together. Option A. French and English, option B. Latin and English, option C. French and Latin, option D. English and Spanish. The right answer is B. Latin and English. Question number 48. Meditation on the Passion has been written by A. Richard Rolle, B. Walter Hilton, C. Julian of Norwich, option D. Wycliffe. The correct answer is A. Richard Rolle. Question number 49. The Owl and the Nightingale was written about option A. 1210, option B. 1215, option C. 1220, option D. 1225. The right answer is A. 1210. Question number 50. The earliest of the religious work of the Poema Morale dates from about option A. 1170, option B. 1172, option C. 1174, option D. 1176. The correct choice is A. 1170. Question number 51. The Ormulum, consisting of metrical paraphrases of the Gospel, was written about option A. 1198, option B. 1200, option C. 1205, option D. 1210. The correct choice is B. 1200. Question number 52. Havelock and Horn, the 2 romances based on the Scandinavian originals, were written at the end of the option A. 11th century, option B. 12th century, option C. 13th century, option D. 14th century. The right answer is C. 13th century. So this is it for today. We will continue to discuss the history of English literature. Please stay connected with the discourse. Thanks and regards.